Hey guys, welcome back. Got a new video for you today. It's another pimped out EDH deck. This time we're looking at something a little different. This is going to be what we call a pre-EDH deck. So I heard about this concept on a video the professor did on his channel where he had some people playing some old EDH decks, but it's always definitely resonated with me to go back to the roots of EDH and play some of the cards that existed prior to all the new printings that are now occurring. So basically what this is cards that existed prior to the first Commander Precon coming out in 2011. So before we ever saw Command Tower, anything like that, any of the many EDH decks we got that had cards specifically designed for EDH. So hopefully that's a little introduction, but it's only going to be cards before that. So basically, new Phyrexia would be the newest set that would be involved in this. So let's get to it. So the commander today is Hazezon Tamar. He is a legend, 4+ white, green, red. He's a 2/4. And on the next upkeep after Hazezon is put into play, put Sand Warrior tokens X into play, where X is the number of lands under your control. Treat these as white, green, red Sand Warriors. And when Hazezon leaves play, remove all Sand Warriors from the game. So we'll get into this as we do the deck tech, but excuse me, one of the tech with this is if you put Hazezon into play, he actually has what's called a delayed trigger because the Sand Warriors don't come into play until the next upkeep after he comes into play. So if you put him into play, get that delayed trigger, and then sacrifice him, those Sand Warriors continue to stay into play perpetually, and they're not subject to his last line, which says when he leaves play, all Sand Warriors are removed from the game. So basically the trick is you sacrifice him and have him not in play at the time your Sand Warriors come into play. So you'll see some stuff with that in the deck. So there's Hazezon. So first we're going to look at our mana base. I did use, like I said, all pimped out cards as well as only the versions of the cards that existed prior to New Phyrexia as well. So first off, we've got our lands, got our fetches, the old Onslaught foils, Bloodstained Mire, Flooded Strand, Windswept Heath, Wooded Foothills. Then we've got the original Zendikar fetches, Arid Mesa, Marsh Flats, Misty Rainforest, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs. Then we have our original dual lands in Plateau, Savannah, and Taiga. Then we've got our, again, original Ravnica, because this is prior to Return to Ravnica even, guys. So we've got our original Ravnica foils. Love the signets on there. Sacred Foundry, Stomping Ground, and Temple Garden. Then we've got our classic Future Sight Horizon Canopy. Then we've got our filter lands from Lorwyn. We've got Firelit Thicket, Rugged Prairie, and Wooded Bastion. Then we've got M10. So again, Innistrad's not in this format. So you have the M10 check lands, but you don't have any Innistrad check lands. So we've got Rootbound Crag, Sunpetal Grove. I've got Corrosion Verge. This can get any forest and helps with ramp. This is kind of Myriad Landscape with fixing before there was a Myriad Landscape. City of Brass, Reflecting Pool, another great land. Ancient Tomb, High Market, that's in there to sack Hazezon. Strip Mine, Temple of the False God, Wasteland, and Dryad Arbor. And of course, got that foil Gaia's Cradle. Then on to our basics. We've got the full art original Zendikar lands. We've got plains. Got a nice unset plains. Mountain. Forest. And then got a bunch of more Zendikar forests. Then we're on to the creatures. Academy Rector, just a great classic card. Elish Norn, Grand Cenobite, playing the new Phyrexia version. Sun Titan. So that's our white cards. And we got red, we've got Anger. Give our creatures haste if you get him in the graveyard and control a mountain. Nice for those sand warriors that all come into play. Squee, Goblin Nabob. That's in their combo with Survival. Avenger of Zendikar. Again, we're a token deck, so this is just great token card. And for our ramp, we've got Azusa, Lost But Seeking. We want to ramp Hazezon out, but because he gives you sand warriors equal to the number of lands you control, we want to ramp him out via lands, so this helps with that. Birds of Paradise. Eternal Witness. Lotus Cobra. Oracle of Moldiah, great card. And then another fatty here in Regal Force. Those sand warriors are green, so if you have this in play, you will draw 7 cards. For example, if you had 7 sand warriors come into play. Sakura Tribelder. Terastodon. Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. This guy's mean, of course. Wood Elves. Again, just another land ramp card with a creature you can sack. Woodfall Primus. Knight of the Reliquary. Great with lands again. Solemn Simulacrum. And I got a couple planeswalkers in here. In Elspeth Tyrell. Again, great for a token deck. Garruk Wild Speaker. Onto the artifacts. We've got Ashnod's Altar. Crucible of Worlds. Great with that Strip Mine and Wasteland. Mana Crypt. Phyrexian Altar. Another great sack outlet for Hazezon. Skull Clamp. Great with the Sand Warriors just to draw us cards. Classic Soul Ring. Martyr's Cause. Another great sack outlet. You can just sack a Sand Warrior and prevent all damage from one source. Goblin Bombardment. Again, you notice all these are free sack outlets. You definitely want to go for free outlets whenever we can. Beastmaster Ascension. Again, this is one where you get your 7 quest counters for attacking with 7 Sand Warriors, and they all then are 6/6. So that's pretty strong. Burgeoning, land ramp. Defensive Heart. Again, great to put some of these fatties into play. All you need is any opponent who has 3 creatures. Doubling Season, of course, classic. Exploration, land ramp. Greater Good, it's free sack outlet, but also just a great card. Pattern of Rebirth, again, cheat out a fatty from your deck with all the sack outlets we got. Survival, again, this is just a great card. Combos with Squee, gets you any other creatures you need. Aura Shards, great with the tokens to just really control your opponent's artifacts and enchantments. Mirari's Wake. Enlightened Tutor. Path. Shields of Velisvel. So this is tech, guys. This is a changeling card, and it says creatures target player controls. Important part here is gain all creature types until end of turn. So what happens is you play this on the opponent. You want to get rid of all their creatures, and all their creatures become Sand Warriors because those are creature types. and then you sack your Hazezon, and they lose all their creatures. So it's a 1 mana, combine this with Hazezon and a sack outlet, and you just took out an entire player's board of creatures. Swords to Plowshares, classic, great card. Beast Within. Chord of Calling. Again, just tutor out what you need. Crop Rotation, get that Cradle or Wasteland, whatever you need. Corrosion Grip. Worldly Tutor. Eladamri's Call, another tutor. Austere Command, again great when you're putting down small creatures, use this as a board wipe. Hour of Reckoning, destroy all non-token creatures. More ramp here in Cultivate. Farseek. Green Sun Zenith. Love to get the Dryad Arbor with that on turn 1. Kodama's Reach. Natural Order. Again, we've got a lot of good ways to get some of these fatties out of the deck. And more ramp with Nature's Lore. Skyshout Claim. And 3 Visits. Last but not least, we have Tooth and Nail. Another great card. Cheat out those fatties. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Giving you a little ideas, hopefully, for this pre-EDH format. And like I said, I wanted to use an old classic commander for this just because get some of that classic flavor. Thanks for listening, guys. Look forward to making more videos for you. Take care.